Hello everyone, my name is Devi Triana, and today I will be presenting the findings of a study on stress coping strategies of vocational high school students during fieldwork practice or PKL. Our focus is on understanding how to build a resilient and adaptive future workforce, starting with this mandatory internship experience. PKL is a mandatory program designed to bridge the gap between education and industry, equipping students with both technical and non-technical skills. However, the program faces the challenge of high turnover in PKL. The core problem is a high rate of student withdrawal during PKL suggests that students encounter pressures that exceed their capacity for adaptation. These demands are not merely technical, they are significantly psychological. Conclusion: the capacity for stress management is a key factor in determining a student's success in completing PKL and developing into a resilient professional. To analyze this phenomenon, we utilize the transactional theory of stress and coping by Lazarus and Folkman. This theory views stress as a dynamic process determined by cognitive appraisal. This process involves primary appraisal, secondary appraisal, interpretation, and outcome. Primary appraisal: the student assesses the demand as a threat, challenge, or irrelevance. Secondary appraisal: the student evaluates their resources and coping options. Interpretation is the appraisal leads to a specific stress response, and outcome the result of the coping process. Coping strategies are categorized into two main types used to manage demands that exceed available resources. The two main categories of coping strategies are: first, problem-focused coping, or PFC. This strategy aims to alter or eliminate the stressor, the root of the issue. Examples: making a plan, acquiring necessary knowledge, or taking direct action. Second, emotion-focused coping. This strategy aims to control the emotional reaction to the stress. Examples: denial, engaging in positive self-talk, and seeking emotional support. Effective coping is crucial for developing workforce resilience, which encompasses adaptability and mental toughness as highlighted by the ILO. Focus group discussion, or FGD, results from 9 students across various industries revealed 4 major categories of challenges. First, physical demands and long hours. Working more than 8 hours, intense physical demands, and difficulty adjusting to the required work rhythm, such as in hotel environments. Second, competency and technology gap. Encountering advanced technology or different applications like unfamiliar accounting software than what was taught in school, which often leads to feelings of inadequacy. Work environment and seniority. Work environment and seniority, dealing with an inflexible culture, one-way communication, and suppressive treatment from senior staff, which unfortunately included mocking mental health issues. Fourth, interpersonal stressor, difficulty adapting to and managing demanding clients, requiring a high degree of emotional regulation. Students who successfully complete PKL consistently utilize proactive, problem-focused approaches to manage both technical and situational issues. Key examples include information seeking and consultation, self-correction before help, and discipline planning, actively asking supervisor or senior staff, or searching online for solutions before engaging with clients or making critical decisions. Self-correction before help, attempting to fix mistakes independently first. Seeking external help only when necessary. This demonstrates a sense of ownership. Discipline planning is maintaining highly disciplined sleep and rest schedules to effectively overcome the physical demands and long working hours. These emotion-focused strategies were vital for managing psychological stress that could not be immediately altered, such as pressure from seniority. First, positive talk and reframing is students alter their perception of difficulties. For example, saying, "This fatigue is temporary. It is capital for becoming a successful person." Errors were reframed as learning opportunities. Self-reward motivation is using small rewards, snack, breaks, or anticipating the weekend as a temporary psychological withdrawal to restore resources. Indignation as fuel. Negative comments or comparison from senior were constructively. Indignation as fuel. Negative comments or comparison from seniors were constructively transformed into motivational fuel to be the best and strive for improvement. Independent emotion management, learning to control emotional outbursts and channel negative feelings privately, such as crying during breaks rather than displaying them in the workplace. External assistance is a crucial coping resource. Tough its effectiveness is highly subjective. Family support or emotional provided moral support and sympathy, helping students cope with feelings after a challenging day. Notably, some students avoided family support due to fear of judgment, preferring non-judgmental outsiders like friends or professionals for emotional listening. Supervisor support or instrumental. Supervisor who listen to grievances and offer workable solutions to technical problems were highly valued for their instrumental help. Peer support or mutual strength. Exchanging experience and providing mutual encouragement with fellow interns serve as a strong physiological buffer. Successful students demonstrate coping flexibility, effectively utilizing PFC for technical issues and EFC for psychological issues. This ability is essential for workforce resilience, defined by 4 dimensions. Adaptability, the ability to adjust to the dynamics and change of the work environment. Mental toughness or resilience, the ability to bounce back after facing failure or pressure. Problem-focused coping, proactively transforming threats into challenges to be overcome. Emotional maturity, self-reliance in managing and channeling negative emotion. This ability is essential capital for a resilient workforce, aligning with the ILO's design work strategy. In conclusion, PKL is a transitional environment with complex stressors, and success is determined by the maturity and flexibility of the students' coping strategies. We propose 3 key recommendations. First, integrate coping skills. Proactive PFC and autonomous emotion management must be explicitly taught in the SMK curriculum as part of psychological occupational health. First, integrate coping skills. Proactive PFC and autonomous emotion management must be explicitly taught in the SMK curriculum as part of psychological occupational health and safety, or OHS, and work readiness. Ensure protection is second. School and business must provide effective system for feedback and protection against suppressive seniority to help students focus on learning. Third, build a resilient workforce. Efforts should align with the ILO's decent work agenda, emphasizing resilience, adaptation, and mental toughness. Okay everyone, thank you for your attention. Goodbye.